Wait, was I offline earlier? Did I just forget to press start streaming like a dummy? Oh my god. Okay, that's gotta be the first time I forgot to press start streaming. You know, this might be better than the chill station. Just the music. Okay, get your requests in. Shout out to Evan for forgetting to start stream from LOL 2022. Wait, for the silver coinage problem, why can't people just name, like, numbers that are greater than the sum of all previous numbers? For what? Oh, wait, I'm confused about this. Oh, so you're allowed multiplicity. Okay. Okay, fine. Wait, oh, that's really concerning, actually. As soon as you name two numbers, then all sufficiently large numbers are dead by Chicken McNugget. Well, maybe not. I guess you could pick a number that shares a factor. No, you can't. You can't. Or you can. No, you can share a factor, but you can't be a multiple. Okay. Thank you, 3VT, for the cheer. Solve puzzle 1 or 2 or 3. You gotta choose. I've been thinking about like just trying to do puzzle run-throughs on stream where I like, you know, pick a past mystery hunt puzzle and we try to solve it. That sounds like it'd be a lot of fun, and it also works well with a lot of people. I have to think that would be really fun. Yeah. Imagine if you just forgot to press start stream the whole night. I think I'd be able to tell because the chat wouldn't be responding to what I say. Wow, not very many requests today. Is it because MUP started, so like people are playing stuff in MUP? No more requests in stock, really? Wait, why? Really? Oh, I think each person might be kept at 1, yeah. Is Mop watching this stream? I don't think so, honestly. I think we might have a couple more people here, but like there's 13 viewers right now. Is that what it says? Yeah. No, I said not many, not no moppers. I know who you are, PPT. Full solve 3 questions, got 16. That probably means you didn't full solve 3 questions, sorry. Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, we don't have to have like 15 requests every stream. So if you have a request to you that hasn't been accepted for a while, get it in now! Probably. Can you submit it in the queue so that it shows up? Like using problem request or whatever. Okay, this music's a little too epic. I love music, but I don't think I can do this for 2 hours. It's gonna tire me out. Evan, do you support LGBTQ? Like, yes? Question mark? I'm confused why you're asking. Like, just, but like, yes. Yay, not bad person. Oh. Okay. Sure, I'll take it. Okay. Okay, let's get the... Alright, let's do this. Wow. It's the first time in a long time that the queue is like not overflowing. Is it possible to pick music? It's kind of hard because like music is usually copyrighted, so when you stream, if you want to include music, you typically have to like go out of your way to find music that's eligible to be played on stream. Like I can't just play Taylor Swift even though maybe I want to, or I can't just like play G-Friend even though they disbanded. R.I.P. G-Friend, we miss you. Yeah, just like, I don't know. I feel like I've gone like very conscious of like copyright fine print or something. Because I don't know why. I feel like I've been paying more attention to it than I used to by a lot. Do you want to? If you submit the request, we can have write-in votes. I'll just manually count the number of 6 votes. Oh, small stream today. Oh, people really want to do puzzle hunts. Okay. Well, okay, what's the Polish problem? Yeah. Yeah, that looks like a lineup. Depending on how quickly things go, I might be able to do the other 2 problems that got left off. So this Poland problem. Let me see what the Poland problem is. Poland MO 2021. I guess it's probably the finals. Okay, so that's what? What is this? Okay, whatever. Accept my request, please. I mean, so it's in the queue. If anyone wants to do a write-in vote by typing 6 for Poland 2021, go for it. Like, okay, and I guess 7 is, oh no, you guys are just messing around. Okay, fine. Sniped. Oh, also, there's even there's a typo in the problem statement for the Poland problem that hasn't been fixed yet. I don't want to fix it for you. You're very welcome. Okay, I guess we're doing a bit of puzzle hunting. How collaborative do you want this to be? We can do like well, okay, let me just open the thing. You know, what if I just try to do all 3 of these puzzles? Fully collaborative? Alright, sounds good. Let's just run over all 3 of these puzzles. Okay, actually, let me set this up. Twitch solves puzzle hunt. That would actually be so much fun, honestly. Puzzle hunt Olympiad. Okay, welcome back everyone. So, today we're going to be doing a slightly unconventional problem request, which is I'm being asked to do some intro puzzle hunt puzzles. So, For some of you might not know what puzzle hunts are exactly, so I'm gonna very quickly do, because this is gonna go on YouTube, I'm gonna do a very quick blurb about what puzzle hunts are about, and then we'll dive right in. So let me, let's do this. So, first of all, there's a page on my website about puzzle hunts, so if you want to learn about puzzle hunts, this is where you want to look. There's a really nice intro written by Brian Chen. But here's the idea behind a puzzle. A puzzle is, in a puzzle hunt, you get a puzzle which is some set of information, and the characterizing thing about puzzle hunts is that you are typically not instructions. You are usually asked to figure out what to do with the information. That is the difficulty of the puzzle. So that means puzzles can take like a very wide variety of formats. Anything where you can give a solver some information and reasonably expect them to figure out what to do with it makes for a good puzzle. Almost always the goal of a puzzle is to get a final answer, which is going to be a string of of letters usually, with some exceptions. Sometimes you get some weird puzzles with non-letter answers. But a standard puzzle will have an answer like, I don't know, nil sine new mine or something, which is usually not case sensitive, but is sensitive to spelling. So a puzzle is a mechanism where you give the solver some information and they have to figure out what to do with it. And then from there, they extract like a word or phrase. And so it's in some sense kind of similar to like Math Olympiad problems in which you're not taught how to solve the problem, you have to figure it out yourself. There is one big difference, which is that in a well-designed puzzle, the puzzle, because the goal of the puzzle is to have fun, a good puzzle writer will deliberately set the puzzle in such a way to confirm correct approaches or to discourage incorrect approaches. So there's a lot of effort put into making sure that when you do the right thing, you'll automatically know. Whereas in Math Olympiad, sometimes you're doing USAMO 3 and you're like trying to do an induction argument, and it turns out the solution is just generating functions, and sucks to be you. In a puzzle hunt, if the puzzle is designed well, this will tend to not happen. You'll tend to know when you're on the right track. Okay, so I am going to be rolling over a bunch of intro puzzles today, and let's see how this goes. Okay. So what are the puzzles I'm doing? Okay, so this is the first puzzle. So the very first thing I'm going to do, which you should always do, is make a spreadsheet. Trying to do a puzzle without having a spreadsheet is sort of like trying to solve a USAMO problem with no paper. Like, maybe it's occasionally possible, but like, just don't bother. Just make a spreadsheet. So this is first puzzle. Okay, so see. Okay, this text is just part of this, guys. So there's a lot of sentences, and I think I see something in the first letters. So I'm gonna first try to copy this, which may or may not work. We'll see how well it goes. Them. It's possible the spacing matters as well, the way that it's laid out on the page. Yeah, and unfortunately, PDF copying is not that easy to do. So C 5-letter. It looks like that's what it's spelling. When you finally find us. Finally find. Congratulations. Sometimes necessary. Okay. I maybe didn't need to do this so verbosely, but here we are. So C 5-letter words. Okay. Okay. I should have done this Python. All right. We're using Python. Vim tech puzzle, first puzzle, text1.txt. Okay, so how do I find, actually maybe I can just grep 5-letter words. Grep-e. Okay, so the 5-letter words are bland, every, group, ideas, never, night, enjoy, write, and since. And this says, if I take the first letters again, this says B-E-G-I-N-N-E-R-S. Beginners. Okay, there's probably a mistake somewhere. I probably messed up one of the words. Oh, beginners. Oh, is that just the answer? How can I check? Is there a way I can check the answer? Begin. Yeah, I didn't realize begin and ERS was a word. Is that the answer? Is there a way I can check the answers? There isn't. Oh, well. Okay. I'm gonna assume that's the answer because I'm not sure what else. I mean, I could look at the first sentence. Like, I don't know. It feels like an answer. It has like answer quality. Okay, we'll pretend that was the. Okay, so next puzzle. Okay, so number of D's in. Okay, so let's copy this. Oh, come on. Actually, okay, so this one, there's some questions that are being asked of you. So the natural thing to do is just try to answer the questions to start. I'm gonna label the question numbers. These are explicitly given, so I might suspect they're important. And then, okay, so the number of D's in this sentence is 1. How many occurrences of the first letter of the alphabet? So this is A, 2, 3, right? So how many appearances that come after W alphabetically? So I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. There's just 1. I feel like I don't trust myself to do this correctly, actually. 1, 3, 2. It's like 3, did I? Why? Are there any Z's in here? Okay, you know what? You know what? Okay. Python strong. One, 3, 3. Number of consonants in this sentence. Is Y a consonant? I guess it doesn't matter. Also, I forgot to use IPython instead of Python, but I think it is fine. Shoot, I messed up. I need to lower this. 21. Are we doing math today? Yes. For some reason, this won the vote. I'm gonna use IPython because IPython is just better. Okay, so S equals S sum S dot count number of uppercase letters 1, count lowercase letters. Okay, so this one's this one is case sensitive. So string .ascii lowercase. You know, I probably can just count this by hand. Whatever. $20. And count letters that are Roman numerals too. So which letters are Roman numerals? Okay, so let's talk some. So I, V, X, L, C, D, M. 5. Okay, so I've done that, and now I've got a bunch of numbers. The numbers look like they're between 1 and 26, and the standard thing you do if you have a bunch of numbers between 1 and 26 is to convert them into letters, according to A1, B2, up to Z26. So I could probably do this by hand, but because I want to do demonstration, I'm going to show you this thing I have. Or it's not my thing, but there's a thing on my website where I can take this thing, take this code, copy paste it. So I go under data, tools, no. Tools, script editor, and paste this code in. Save. Okay, so this will open some new functions that are useful for doing puzzle hunts. And in particular, the A1Z26 function is like, you know, a very common function. So we're going to do num to alpha of B1 and go all the way down and see what it tells us. Okay, maybe some people just got it. I don't know why this runtime is so slow. Feels like these are... Why is this so slow? I don't know. Accurate. Okay, so I'm guessing that's just the answer because that looks like that feels like answer quality. The answers will typically like feel thematic to the puzzle. So if there's a puzzle about numbers, you know, yeah. Okay, we're on a roll. These puzzles are, yeah, these feel like intro puzzles. Okay, so this is Counting 101. I'm looking at this title, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are going to fit. So I'm going to start by typing all those in. It's interesting because the numbers 1 through 26 are there. So this one looks like it's going to have another step. Actually, for me... Wait, is the other side just first, second, third? Oh, okay, that's what it is. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna put that up eventually. 1, 2, okay, I think this, given the other puzzles I've seen on this probably just works. T, E, 12 is 4, 5 is E, 6 is not used, 7 gives you 9, 10, 8 is E, I, G, H, T, and 10 first, S, E, C, O, N, D, 16 is T, H, R, 16 is T, H, E, third, fourth, O, U, R, T H 5th 6th S E V E N T 7th T H. Count the set. So 13 looks like I made a mistake. Count the set. Wait. The set or S10. This looks like it's garbled. Let me double check the things around here. TRHEE 15 gave me S, right? Oh, count these. Okay, I see. I'm really bad at reading. Count these to res 10 the 9? Okay, count these to rest. 17 might be wrong. Third, yeah, sorry, this BI. Just rest in the night. Okay, so this is probably a clue phrase. I have count these to rest in the night, so it's probably sheep. I'm guessing counting sheep. Yeah. Okay, that was quick. Should I just do the other two? Oh no, I don't want to do the other two. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Okay, I'm not actually sure I'm gonna put this on YouTube because this was like really quick. Okay, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so we're starting with the tournament at Chanswell, right? By puzzle hunt. Yeah, next time we can do a more difficult puzzle. Because Mystery Hunt is just like an infinite supply of like good puzzles. It's impossible to get through all of them. I think we should do Mystery Hunt puzzles, it'll be more fun. Because I feel like if you give me an intro puzzle, I kind of know what I'm supposed to do, because I'm not like an expert at puzzles the same way I'm an expert at Math Olympiads, but I like am not a beginner either, so the puzzles are not meant for me. Alright. Hello, hello. I want to get some more water. Yeah, let's do a Mystery Hunt puzzle next time. Can you use Google Spreadsheets? I feel like I'm just gonna draw on the board. You want me to use a spreadsheet? Okay, we can use a spreadsheet if you want. Oh, that's fun. Okay, welcome back everyone. So today we have a problem from Tournament of Towns. And problem was like this: you have a 8x8 chessboard, and every square of the chessboard initially contains a rook. And you can remove a rook if it isn't attacking, if it's attacking an odd number of enemy rooks. Or not enemy, just attacking an odd number of rooks. Wait, did I spell the marker? Let me try it again. Welcome back everyone. So today we have from Tournament of Towns, where you have a 8x8 chessboard, and you can at any point, you can at any step remove a chessboard if you can remove a rook if it attacks an odd number of other rooks, where the attacks don't pass through each other. So towards the beginning, almost all rooks are attacking for things. It takes a bit of work before you get to a state where there's well, let's just see what happens. How did someone find the URL already? That's impressive. A bit like the problem. Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's not completely graph theory because you have to take into account the directions where the columns aren't all exactly the same, but it's like almost graph theory, I think. But I'm gonna draw it as a grid nonetheless because maybe it's easier to visualize. This might turn out to be a mistake. We'll find out. Okay, so let's just fill the grid with rocks. You know, I wonder if I can make a Is this not 8x8? Oh, I can't count to 8. Oh no. Also, what happened here? Hey, why didn't the border show up? Why didn't anything show up? Okay. Okay, so rooks. Okay, we have a bunch of rooks. So which rooks can we start by removing? The ones that are initially removable are this one, these guys. These are the initially removable ones, right? The corners can't really be removed. Okay, do the corners always support each other? Yeah, so the corners are, that's a good observation. Yeah, corners can't die because as long as all the corners are alive, all the corners will stay alive. So these guys are permanent. I'm gonna color these differently to signal that. Yeah, so what if I just start by clearing these guys out, the ones in the yellow cells? If I just wipe these out. Okay, then I can wipe these out, right? I feel like I should keep some of them alive though. Let's do this. So we're gonna start by wiping these guys off. Okay, that will let us delete this corner, this corner, this corner, this corner, right? That's not possible. Did I die? Did I do goof? Oh shoot! No. Okay. Here. Okay, that's better, right? Now I can take out these corners. I can't remove the edge ones? I can't remove all of them. Why not? This is fine, right? I can get to here. Okay, so now we can remove these corners. I wonder if I should remove... Do you think I can wipe out everything except the corners? That would be cool, but I feel like that's too optimistic. I feel like I suspect like every row and every column needs like at least 2 rows. Where is it now? Is that true? That's probably that seems too. I don't know. Okay, this is like attacking 2 things now. Yeah, I'm trying to get down to the 6x6, but can I just erase everything in order until you get diagonals? Probably. Is that how chess works? Did I flip the? Did I flip up? Chess is. I messed up. I can get 4x4 in the center, probably. I'm just trying to think ahead. Like, is it really possible for me to get down to? I'm being a little hesitant. I should just go for it because I have a spreadsheet, so I can easily undo. But just greedy for now, think later. That's not terrible advice, honestly. Okay, so rather than being...
I think eat fresh is a great slogan. They managed to convince an entire continent, if not the globe, that eating a foot of bread was somehow good for it.
I want to put these back, sorry. So if we're going the strategy of greedy and think later, let's start by just wiping this row out. Then we can erase this row. I mean, I guess we can just, you know, go kind of lawnmower on it. This is clearly not optimal. This is so not optimal. Shout out to Fish. Don't eat fish. Why watch Seas Piracy from 2022? Yeah. So this is not great, I think. I can remove one more side. Which one? Oh, these this is okay, that gives 16. Like the two major diagonals, I guess you can, yeah. Yeah, you can also get two major diagonals at 16. That leads me to suspect the answer might be actually 16. I wonder if I can show, like, there's some... Oh no, this is 16, right? Because there's a rook in the upper left as well. Am I crazy? What? No, there's 16 rooks here, right? Am I insane? What? Okay. Jeez, scared the heck out of me. Oh, no, the diagonals is 15. Okay, let me see what this diagonal thing is. Okay, so that's what you do, right? And then you repeat it here. You wipe all of these out, you wipe all these out, you wipe all these out. Okay, so that also gives 16. Shout out to Rook A4 from Brian ZGK. Why is 15 bad mode? No idea. So what does it take to like completely clear? So for all the rooks other than the center one, basically in order to clear a rook, it needs to be, there needs to be some, what do you call it, clear? Breathe, I don't know. Imagine you have a bunch of rooks in a box, right? And you can, like, the rooks can only leave if they can like breathe. They can look in one direction and not see any rook. And I wonder if it's the case that like, I feel like that should do something. Neither of these constructions ever remove a column, right? Or yeah. There's no row or column that has nothing in it. Is that true? Are there? How can I clear an entire row or column? Is that possible? Alright, let's reset. Top edge, side edge, A2, A3 to F3. So poke. Oh yeah, this is probably one. I think this one. No, hang on. So from here, I can delete this. Delete. Delete. Make sure this actually works. Yeah. Then boom. You want to do the gamma shape thingy first? This one's attacking 2 rooks, right? I have to start from the bottom? Oh yeah, that's what you said. Yeah. Okay, and now this guy is just hanging. Okay, so that's, you can get it down to 5. So I want to show you can't get it down to 4. But wherever the last rook is, it's not possible for it to... Yeah, there's no place you can place the last rook for which you can remove it. Just, there's no once you have the 4 corners. Okay! Nicely done. That was a good construction. Well, I feel like there wasn't much of an... I thought that maybe there is a chance that you couldn't clear a row or column, but once that turned out to be false, I'm not surprised this is the answer. Cute problem. Okay. Let's write it up. I think the reason I thought it might be 16 is because we found 2 different constructions for 16, but it turns out to not be 16, so, yeah. That's why it's a heuristic. It's not always right. TLT senior A3. Can you explain to me why when I search Derek Liu math, your picture shows up? When you search up math, Evan shows up? That sounds too good to be true. Okay. So to show that 5 rooks must remain, to note that, observe first that the 4 corners oh, well, no, the answer is 59, because the problem asked the maximum number of removals. The non-corner rook. Okay, here's the construction. And nuke. Here's construction, okay. Okay, so this is where we dish out the pin. This is so annoying. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Let me put down the rooks first. Big star. We'll use big star. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, then what did we do? A2, right? Okay. So then we did 13 here. And then 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Shoot. No, I went too deep. We have to leave a gamma shape, right? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. $35? Okay, 36, 37, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. 6, 47, 48, 49, 48. So far, so good? Oh crap, I messed up. 47, 48, 49. Okay, so Okay, so now for the colors. 50 is fine, right? Okay. Okay, so... How would you do A? Proof by exhaustion? Wait, what? With a very long but verifiable proof by exhaustion, award full points on USAMO. If a solution is like correct and complete, it gets full marks. Is generally what happens. Well, okay, always what happens. I don't know if there's any exceptions. Okay. This is one place where I like think Law Tech could learn from Microsoft Word. This color blue thing is so hard to read. Okay, what color should I use for the bottom row? Funniest thing. That's tough. There's a lot of very funny zeros. I don't know if I remember the funniest. There's definitely poems that are like just addressed to me, and it's like kind of like, okay, I guess that's the thing you can do. I use 3 colors. I auto colors. The only colors I know are red, green, and blue that show up well. Maybe this is just fine. I can just let the last one be black. But about my sad vocal, yeah, the sad vocal is pretty. I'm just leaving it as is. I think it's legible now. Fun problem. Okay, so now there's a Moscow problem. Oh, shout out to, I missed a couple of shout outs, I'm sorry. Wait, shouldn't the overlay do something when I get a shout out? Shout out to Rook84 from Brian ZJK, and shout out to 88 Billion. Shout out to I Wonder Who just boosted your server to level 1 with Nitro from 88 Billion. Did my overlay not work? Wait, hang on. Why didn't I get a notification? Okay, I think I'm just not paying attention. Okay, Moscow. I feel like I'm about to just throw more algebraic number theory at it. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. So today we have a problem from MathCounts 1971. And it says you have a square with 4 identical segments, and you want to split each segment into 100 pieces so that any rectangle, you cannot rearrange them to form like a rectangle. So what we're going to do is... I mean, this... let me make sure that this is gonna work. I think this should just work. Okay, let's assume this segment has length 1. There's no way this doesn't work. So we'll let alpha 1, alpha 199 be real numbers in 0, 0.001. So in this interval, such that there is no algebraic... Well, okay, let me say alpha I1, I99, dependence between any of them for I equals 1 to 4. So you take 400 real numbers and cut ith piece into alpha I1 so this should just work, right? Like there's just nothing stopping me. So there's no linear, no non-trivial, just no linear dependence, just pairwise transcendental, whatever you want. Okay, so cut it into 99 pieces by alpha I1, and the last piece is 1 minus the sum of the alpha i's. So that's just it, right? This should just work, right? There's just nothing stopping me. And then, well, if you have a linear if you have a dependence, then it must be like the given one. Okay. Because I was just like, there's nothing stopping me. Like, just do it. Just do it. Oh, freak. Honestly, the way that actually... Yeah, it's fine. Because the real numbers is a Q vector space, so it's just like... Wait, something's wrong with my keyboard. Something is really up. Or maybe GVIMP is just confused. Okay, so I guess this problem exists, and we're done. Q linear dependence is good enough, really. Okay. Yeah, maybe we should do the AMM problem. Also, what the pull-in problem is the other one we can do. And someone else had... Okay, if you missed your problem request, resubmit it now. If it's still in the queue, it's still in the queue. Yeah, we'll do a new vote for the remaining problems. Oh my god, you say no. Didn't I write that contest? I think you're supposed to just Google some of the things. I don't think a lot of these are reasonable. Yeah, I wrote this, so I know a lot of these problems. Who was it that said they had a problem they wanted to submit and didn't get it in? I remember at the start of the stream, someone had one, but I don't remember what it was. Well, that's that. Alright, take your votes. I'll be right back. Oh no, am I finally going to have to do 97.3? I've been putting that problem off forever. See like it was. Oh, I also typoed the Polish. It's the Poland problem is 2021, not 2012. Okay, I guess the day is here. Okay, I guess we're doing USAMO 1997, and then after that, I guess I get to pick. Oh, man, I put off that problem for a long time. No, it's empty. Okay, so you might remember this problem from a stream a while back. And thank you, Learner102, for the subscription. 10 months. Hope you've enjoyed your stay. So, the last time I worked on this problem, I fake solved it. Because I could show that the polynomial was unique, but I couldn't prove that it actually existed. So here's what we got last time. Last time, we were like, okay, well, if qx is equal to the sum of k at least 0 of ak x to the k, then what do we need? We need, then ak is uniquely determined by n mod 2 and n mod 5. Or n mod 2 to the k and n mod 5 to the k, I guess. Yeah. So for example, if you know n mod 10, then you can work out what the q of 0 should be mod 2, and what q of 0 should be mod 5, and consequently you determine the constant coefficient. The problem is that this is officially a formal series, and we would like to prove that it's actually finite, like it's supposed to terminate. What is Evan holding? It's like, it's supposed to be a medicine bottle, but I've been using it to hold my hairpins. No, it's not an inhaler. So why does this terminate? So if I think about the related problem where you have, suppose you want a q of minus 2 to equal n, and the things are 0 and 1. I don't know. That's a base thing, man. Can you show for some sufficiently large k, a sub k equals 0? Yeah, that's what we're trying to show. I don't know how to do it. That's the right way to think about it, though. I wonder if I can do some, like, garbage with 2 addicts and 5 addicts. Seems like going down the wrong path. Yeah. I feel like I have to get my hands dirty. Like, I feel like this is not a thing where I, like, see an idea and then solve the problem. I feel like I have to, like, actually work out some calculation. Make it match. We can get existence easily using the argument that you're suggesting. Like, you can make it match up to mod 10 to the k. The problem is that we need to also promise that all but finitely many of the AKs are eventually 0. Yeah, that's the problem. So I feel like I should just start writing some calculations down, but I don't know exactly what I'm trying to calculate anyways. I guess it's like as you do this process, right? So you have some parameter n that can vary. You can pick n whatever you want mod to the k. In some sense, what I should think about is I have a sequence of things mod 2 to the k and a sequence of things mod 5 to the k, and both of these are eventually constant, and I want to show that the collated thing is also eventually constant. But I don't know how you do this. So once the thing is eventually constant, mod 2 to the k and mod 5 to the k, infinite sums like you're describing just don't make sense. Like, they're not promised to converge. Yeah, that's not how infinite sums work, sorry. What you are thinking about is like the p-adic metric, where this does make sense because numbers are small if they have lots of factors of 2, is the way you define it. But over the real numbers, that's not gonna work. So I kind of want to do it over the p-adics, honestly. I don't know if that will do anything. Yeah, that might just do nothing. What if I work over the 2 adics and the 5 adics? It does bring the point that maybe what I should do is I should write the numbers in base 2 and base 5. And then... because every number has a unique base minus 2 representation and a base minus 5 representation. Is that correct? That should be true. And that will control what all the coefficients... Don't become a 2 addict. No, 2 is a terrible prime. I don't think it's possible to get addicted to it. It like makes everything on fire. Okay, new polynomial with positive values. My feeling is that, I mean, we can. And n is not necessarily positive. But I kind of feel like, because when you do this problem with base 2, right? Every number has unique base minus 2 representation. Also, every positive number has unique base 2 representation. The proofs are like more or less the same. So I don't know if that will make a big difference. I would feel like if we could solve the positive case, we could probably also just have solved the negative case as well. But I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't feel like this should be the kind of thing that's quick. So I should just start writing calculations down, right? Okay, let me start calculating stuff. I feel like I keep wanting to like not do it because I'm just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, but I think I have to deal with it. Where is my... I'm gonna try to encourage myself to write things down by using a board so I don't have to type LaTeX. Yeah, it's people vote on them at the start of the stream. Okay, alright, let's start bashing some stuff. So, essentially, I have two sequences, alright, so n corresponds to some sequence, a0, a1, up to... I shouldn't use A, I should use like, B and C or something. And these are the base minus 2 digits. Meaning that n is given exactly by n equals minus 2 to the I, bi. And on the other hand, n is also given by some CAs. Meaning n is given exactly by minus 5 to the ICI. I feel like I don't like this setup already because I am... When I try to collate them together, it's going to mutilate some of the numbers. On the other hand, what's going on here is like n gets replaced with... You can think of this as a process, I guess, where n is replaced by n minus n mod 10 over minus 10. Is that true? Is that what happens? Wait, actually, if that's what happens, why doesn't the absolute value just decrease? This doesn't seem right. No, this is too easy. No, sorry, I'm just being stupid. That's not what happens. So it's like when I have the trailing terms, so you want n is like, you know what a0 is, and then you want it to be equal to like, I should keep track of the -2 and -5 separately, maybe. So if I have, let's say you initially have some n comma n, that's your target. Then can I do this as ordered pairs? So n goes to, so if you have targets x comma y, then you replace them with, so x minus d over -2, y minus d over -5, where 0 is between d is between 9, and x congruent to d mod 2, y is congruent to d mod 5, whatever the unique digit that has that property is. Wait, actually, so this doesn't seem that bad now. If I generalize the problem in this way, because it looks like the pair should just decrease, right? Let me run through one example just to make sure I'm not being silly. What's a number? 2021 is a number. So apparently, you take the digit 1, and now I replace this with minus, oh, maybe I should pick a smaller number. This could take a while. 42, best number. Use the digit 2. Now this is -20, -8. Then I pick the digit, so I need an even digit, which is 3 mod 5, so that should be 2, again, yeah. And then this is 11, 5. So it doesn't look like the absolute values of this thing will like almost always go down until you're in a very small situation. Okay, so now I need an odd digit that is divisible by 5. So that's like 6, 0. And then or -3, 0. Then I need an odd digit that is 0 mod 5. So that's like 1. So 2, 0. Zero. Yeah, so I think it's not until towards the end where things start really getting messed up. Wait, this is wrong. All these digits should be 0 or 5. 5 here. 4. -2. 5? No, this should be 0 as well. 1, 0. This could take a while. I thought this one would be fast. Oh no, I picked 42 and it's still not fast enough. So now we're subtracting an odd. Okay, so it's like -4, 0. And now 0, 2, 0, 0, -1, 0. Five, 3, 0. Wait, why isn't this terminating? This should terminate, right? Did I mess something up? I feel like something's wrong. There's no terminating. I need to get the number 5 eventually. That's the end goal. Three. Something's wrong. It didn't terminate. Shouldn't the difference be divisible by 3 always? Oh, so you're saying I botched this case? -3 to 0 to 4 0. Let's see. So I picked I'm looking for an odd digit that's 5. So I subtract 5 and divide by -2. Oh! I need to update y as well. Y is supposed to change when I do this. Oh no. Alright. You are definitely correct. Alright. So when I do the 5, surprisingly this number also changes. So now this is -1 and then this is 4. Right? Oh no, this is +1. Okay, so now oh Jesus. 6 is the next digit, and now I get 1, comma, -5, 1, and now 1, 0, 0. Okay, so this is an example of the process. So my goal is to show I always get 0, 0. Shouldn't the difference be divisible by 3 always? No, this terminates, right? Okay, so now that I've finished bashing this out, I think this gives us a way forward. We have this map. It takes x, y to something that ostensibly should have smaller absolute value. And I need to figure out exactly which ordered pairs has smaller absolute value and then deal with all of them. So let's first do some weak estimates so that I can get a sense of how far that is from the desired. So the new fraction has absolute value at most x plus 9 over 2 plus absolute value y plus 9 over 5 in the worst case. And I want conditions on which this thing will be less than x plus y. Maybe I shouldn't sort it that way. Should I sort it by y? I feel like y is better to sort by. Okay, I'm gonna first claim that the y value, absolute value, keeps decreasing until a certain point. So this statement is true as long as, well, hang on. Let me just take absolute values everywhere. Y plus 9 over 5 is less than y as long as, if and only if, y is absolute value of y is less than 2. As long as absolute value of y is greater than 2.25. Right. Okay, so I can reduce the situation where y is in the interval -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And in such a situation, once I'm in that situation, it stays that way forever. There is no situation in which I have y is in the interval -2 to 2, and it manages to increase to a different. Yeah, actually, I can't even tighten this bound because I know both sides are integers, right? So it would be sufficient that it'll stabilize as long as I have a +1 here, because the right hand side is supposed to be an integer. Left hand side is supposed to be an integer. No, I'm not sure I can do that. Never mind. Forget I said that. It doesn't matter. The point is, once it's in -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, it'll stay that way forever. Actually, even the -2 case I don't think will show up. So if you have -2, your digit can't be 8 or... It could be 8, actually. No, I'm a little worried, actually. So if y is -2 and you get the digit 8, your next number is 2. Right? Plus 2. Well, okay. Actually, let me draw. Let's draw a flowchart. So if y is -2, then if you have even, you end up at 2. So let me draw it somewhere else actually. So even, and if it's odd, you go to -1. When you're at -1, you can end up going to 2 with odd by subtracting 9. Or you can go to +1. Here's 0. When you're at 0, you can either stay there, or you can subtract 5 and go to +1. This is going to be really fun to type up. Alright, and then when you go from 1 to... 1 can actually only go to 0 and -1, right? So in the even case, you can go... And in the odd case, you go there. And 2 is also either here or... I don't think this was helpful. Okay, so the problem is you can actually, from 0, you can in principle get to 2, but the -2 is actually excluded. It's the negative. I don't think this really matters, because what I'm going to do is we can get something similar for x, right? Like, after some point, the y values are trapped in this finite set, I guess, of 5 elements, but really 4. Then what I do is I also do the same analysis for x, and I should be able to get the x's in a finite set. It's just this set will be bigger because 2 is a bigger number. Alright, this might require some cases. This is true as long as x is like strictly less than 9. Or greater than 9. So overall, there's a finite set of 19 times 5 equals 95 ordered pairs I care about. Which is not what you want to hear, ever. But, basically I want to show these all get to 0. 0, 0, 0. That's the end goal. And it's a finite set, so I should just be able to check it, right? Alright, Python! Alright, let's see if I can do it before the jingle ends. No way I can do it in time. X0 minus... how do you compute the digit? If X0% 2 is if x0 is even, jeez. This is horrible. D equals y0 percent 5. Else D equals y0 percent 5 plus 5. Okay, if x0 equals 0, I'm not going to optimize this code. Okay, fine, I'll optimize the code. Functools.error RU cache. So y1 equals. Will you lose points? Like, probably. For x in range -9, 10. For y in range 3. Print f x y. Oh, actually, maybe I would have made it in time. Oh, frick. This is how you know I'm good at coding. It's just trivial programs like this don't finish. Finished in this many moves. Let's see if this works. Oh no. Shit, which one didn't finish? What? It didn't finish? No. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. -1, 0 goes to... Shoot, it's actually a loop. Wait, doesn't that mean the problem is false? Did I screw up? Wait, really? No, what? Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I thought this was gonna work. -1, 0. Can you get there? Is there a number that's -1 mod 2 and 0 mod 5? There has to be, right? So I actually need to keep track of more information. This ordered pairs. It's not true that all the ordered pairs. Wait. No, I confused myself because I thought this was equivalent to the problem. So this is telling me that I can never get to -1, 0 as like the thing. That's bad news. Oh, the 3 observation. Right. There was an observation someone made earlier that x is always congruent to y mod 3. Alright, we're back in business. Let's cross your fingers. It worked! Yes! We did it! Triumph! Wow. Okay, so that's a little better set. Okay, cool. Wait, I want to see the threat solutions then, because this is actually a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be manipulating like sigma signs and inequalities. I think these solutions don't have the mod 3 idea. These could be. No one. I think these don't have the mod 3 idea. Huh. Okay, interesting. The mod 3 thing is correct, right? Like, well, I checked it by Python, so it's correct. I'm surprised no one else did it this way, though. Okay. Solve AOME P9. Do I get Python? Are we done now? What's Brazil 5? If Brazil 5 looks fun, I'll try it too. No, I should actually play some. Nah. Next time. Then. Okay, so let me first write this up and then decide what I'm doing. What do you mean? What is that error? Let AI be the unique digit satisfying AI is equivalent to PI mod 2, AI equivalent to CI mod 5. Then define AI plus 1, or BI plus 1 is equal to B0 minus. Should I use X and Y? No, I should use B and C. It's clearer that way. Is it Geo? Brazil 5 is short. Alright, I'll look at the Brazil 5. So you take the previous one and you subtract AI, divide by minus 2. CI plus 1 is CI minus AI minus 5. The proof is alphabetic by Chinese. Okay, so in fact, we will prove the following claim. Suppose B0 and C0 are any integers such that B0 is C0 mod 3. Then, what the heck? Where'd my claim go? I don't know what's up with my... Is my keyboard messed up or is my editor messed up? Then defining Bn and Cn is above. We have Bn is congruent to Cn I shouldn't use n again. Okay, so the mod 3 condition is trivial to check. Now consider the ordered pair. Now, essentially we have a map. Bn to Cn maps to Bn minus A. For some 0 less than now, note that if c greater than 2, we have c minus a. Thank you, Roll for 1 for the follow-up. Is less than or equal to c plus 9 over 5 is strictly less than c. Thus, we eventually reach a pair with c less than or equal to 2. Why did that crash? Oh, because I misspelled frac. In the b greater than 5, we have so b minus a over minus 2. 9. We eventually reach a pair with b less than 9. I think these are more clear if I type them as bullets. Bullet points are really good. This leaves us with 100 and so 5 times 19 equals 95. Okay, so now do I just paste the output? This can be done by the following code, which gives out okay. Very cool. Digit descent problem. In theory. Okay. Oh wait, is it already in my database with like a wrong solution? Probably. Okay. Shoot. Yeah, this is in the base with the wrong solution, so I have to actually edit the existing one. What am I doing? I didn't realize that the problem was already in my database, so it was throwing me an error because it was like, yo, you have this problem in your database already. Okay. USAMO 97.3 is done. Alright, result 2025 is fast. I'll give it a stab. Oh, this problem looks pretty fun, actually. Alright, I'll give it a step. We haven't done much combo today. If I end up staying up very late tonight because of this problem, it's not my fault. Oh, this theme is so cute though. It's the kind of problem you look at it like, oh yeah, this is cool. And we just want to do it. Who is Arnaldo and why does he show up in so many problems? Determine which people are liars. And determine the minimum number of questions needed. Okay. Red rum? What? Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Good problem. Odd Laran doesn't mean anything either, right? Okay, welcome back. So today we have a problem from Brazil 2020 Olympiad, where there's a group of N people, and as is very classical, some of them always lie and some of them always tell the truth. And someone can ask any person for like, okay, you have this set of people, are they always lying or are they always bleh. Truth? Do they always tell the? I can't speak. Is the number of truth tellers in this set even or odd? And then you get a response, and you want to figure out what's the minimum number of questions you need to ask to figure out what's going on, and or is it even possible? Because for some pairs n, k, it might not be doable. So I think the first thing I can do is like sort of cut out the flavor text. I'm sorry, I really like the flavor text, but really, if you ask person P, the set A, their response, well, okay, let's treat each person as an element in F2, where do I want 1 for truth or 0 for truth? It doesn't matter. Well, we'll say 1 for truth. If you ask person P the set A, their response is like P plus the sum of A and A, P plus 1 mod 2. So really, you can think of this as just saying that you can think of the queries as sampling a set of either k-1 or k+1 elements. So it's either k-1 or k+1. It's k-1 if P is in A, and k+1 if P is not in A. And taking their sum. So that means this is really a linear algebra problem, and we want to say when this is possible. So now, if k is odd, the task is impossible, because replacing every variable x changes no responses. So if k is odd, you cannot do the task, period, because every time, you can invert the truthfulness of every person, and none of the responses change. So because you can't distinguish between the two cases, you can't tell a number of people. You can't distinguish between everyone lying and everyone being truthful. So that's kind of bad. Yeah. So now we want to say if k is even, it seems like it should be possible. And the question is, I get to design system of equations in which the number of coefficients that is equal to 1 needs to be so and so number. And the question is, when can I do that? System of equations over F2. Wait, doesn't the problem say it's impossible? Wait, what? So the original wording looks like... The original wording was like A, determine when it's possible, B, when it's possible, show something else. No, is that what the problem says? Am I looking at that? No, it doesn't say that. Right? Okay. Back to our scheduled programming. Then what is on screen? Oh, no. For each pair, determine the minimum number of questions needed or prove that the task is impossible. Right? Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Warren has a good point, actually. If n equals k, you also die. Because... well, actually, do you die with k equals n equals 1? I guess that case doesn't matter. Yeah, but k n equals k, you also die. If n equals k plus 1 and k is even, this should be winning, right? This is a pretty classical thing. Yeah. You get the system x1 plus you get this data for I, so you can compute the sum and hence each number. If n equals k, do you die? I think so, because you can only ask one. There's only one question you can ask, and there's more than 2 possible things you want. But like, you can ask everyone. Oh, sorry. You are right. Sorry, my indices are off. What? Okay. Is there a case in which you're... No, I lied. If n equals k and k is even, it's still winning. And for linear algebra reasons, or also just for like ordinary, you always need to ask at least n questions. I think it definitely should be the case that that's enough. Okay, let's just try to go for the gold, okay? I think we can just kill the pawn. Let's see. Okay, well, on the first query, I'm gonna query x1 through xk minus 1. And then I'm gonna do, for I equals 1 up to... For I from k up to n. So basically what I'm trying to do is get it down to a k by k square array, which I think I should be able to do. Yeah, this should work. Okay, so... Okay. So x2 plus xk. Let me write this out more properly. This is a good problem. Okay, so we'll take this and then we'll do the same thing up to without x. You know, let me just write it this way. Okay, so the first k queries are this, and the other k queries are plus xi for I equals k plus 1 through n. So the first thing gives you a square k by k plus 4. The first thing here gives you a k by k array. It's the matrix corresponding to what, zeros on zeros on the diagonal, ones everywhere else. And this is known to be solvable. If you've taken any class from me on linear algebra, you've probably seen this matrix. This is like one of the The matrix is not important. The point is that you can solve this system really easily. If you haven't seen this system before, let me show you what it looks like. With, I need an odd number, right? That's what I need. With 5 variables, you're solving the system like C, D, E, C, D, E, A, D, E, A, B, E, A, B, C. Yeah. So, if you've never seen the system before, this is what it looks like with 5 variables, and the way you solve it is you add everything together, and now you get the sum, so you're just fine. So that will let you compute all the values of x1 through xk, and then after that you can extract the other values just by querying this. I guess I actually want xk minus 2, xk minus 1. Assuming k is at least 2, which is fine because it's even. Okay! Wait, that's not it. Yeah. Okay, so this should work. So, when it's possible you only need n moves, it's possible when k is odd. Okay, let's write this up. I saw the reflection of the top. I'm too young to be bald. Jeez. Why is USAMO 2021-3 so easy? Okay. So this gets xi. Moreover, at least inquiries are always necessary. This is Vim. Okay. The linear algebra is strong here. I think this is the kind of problem that you could give to a high school math club. They probably won't solve it, but it's very cute. Okay, I haven't done my AOPS posting for today yet. Let's do that. Nah, I think I'm probably done doing math for today. I might play some Sunblaze. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what happens at the end of the chapter, but there's like many levels left. Does AOP support Python? I type at Python, right? Or something? I wonder if you replace 2 and 5 with other primes, is the problem still true? I mean, I don't know if the specific numbers matter a lot or something. Oh, I screwed up the Python code. How did I do that? Okay, what else is the Rook's problem is worth posting, I think. I might now post the Moscow one. I don't know if it's worth putting on AOPS. Okay, Tournament of Towns 2005. Oh no. What? Why doesn't that work? I've definitely used color before, right? Oh no. Wait. Okay. How did I format it on here when I posted? Oh, I just didn't. I guess the color just doesn't work. Well, that's sad. Okay, I guess we're removing all the color. That's so sad. What is Mo's? I feel like that problem is tough or something. I don't know. Maybe 35. I'm not really sure because I was like a little spoiled on it. Like I was told my solution didn't work and the solution isn't easy to like short. I feel like I got super lucky with the mod 3 thing. Like if I forget who mentioned that already, but if no one had mentioned the mod 3 thing in chat, I don't think I would have solved it. Yeah, when it didn't terminate, I just like panicked. I was like, oh, holy crap, what am I supposed to do? And then I'm like, oh, we last desperation shot, and then it worked out. I know I'm not allowed to program, but I think like that, I don't know. Are you not gonna finish that on the test? Isn't mod 3 decently obvious? I mean, it depends on what you mean by obvious, like... It's obvious to prove. It wasn't obvious to me that's something I should keep track of, right? Because I felt like the reason it's going to 0, 0 is because of size, not because of a mod constraint. But it's actually both, and I didn't think to look at it because I thought it would just be true for any ordered pairs, and I didn't realize that there was like an additional obstruction. Yeah, I got hopeful. I thought maybe this is true for all ordered pairs, and it's just not. There's a mod 3 constraint. Are you doing USAMO 96.3? Probably not today. Sorry. I don't know if I can finish Sunblaze if I try to start now. I want to finish chapter 2, but it might. Let's give it a shot. Okay. That mode. Oh man, but come on, it's a precision platformer. I don't know. Turning on easy mode just feels sacrilegious to me for no reason. This is called being an overachiever. Don't be like that. Just try to have fun. I've been playing so much Don't Starve recently. All right. Not ready. Wait, what are the controls again? Oh, shoot. I'm using the wrong setup. I've been playing so much Don't Starve, I was trying to type the Don't Starve keys. There's no mouse here. Alright, well, that's a shame. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Can I jump high enough to not? Sunblaze. Nice. Okay. Nope, nope. Oh crap. Okay. Wait, do I actually need to hold on to the thing at the right? No! Okay. Ow. Okay, let's see. Oh shit! Oh, I didn't realize the bottom was also a heat block. Okay. What's the route? Wait, did the glass break there? I didn't pay attention. Okay, so I need to jump on the little one. I don't react fast enough when I need to like. I wonder why I'm supposed to use the one on the right instead. I should just double jump, right? It should be okay. I think I'm short on time. Yeah. I can't let the other rip. I don't have a slide. Oh, very nice. Okay, now what? Ah, frick. Okay. How do I get back after I kill all the thingies? Because the other block turns red. Do I just like have to get it very quickly? Get both of them? I guess that's generally the plan. What level? This is 2-38. Ah, come on. Alright, more extra credit. Wait, actually, how am I supposed to get back after I grab that? Wait, what? What's the plan? How did I get it? Wait, so how do I get back to the other side? Am I supposed to like bait it out and then make a run for it? I guess that's the only way. Okay, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh, okay, so oh, come on. So I can grab onto this side if it, which is good to know, actually. Not good enough. Actually, no, it's not. How did I do it the last time? Okay, you jump from the top, not from the thumb. Yeah. Okay. Ah, come on. Oh no! Almost had it. I feel like I've mapped out like how to do this little. I mapped out how to do like this part, but I can't. I don't know what I'm supposed to do when I reach the top. Like panic. Okay, so. I feel like I'm not jumping high enough to get to that area with solid footing. Oh, I finished. It's about time. Found according to this post I found online. We're gonna have to short circuit the power generators. Wait, what? In that corner. I'm in position, dead man. Dad? That ship has sailed. Oh, I should have just blown it up. Wait, how do I kill the other generator there without... I guess I'm supposed to bait it out. Ow. Man, that right generator's a real pain. Wow. 1,200 deaths. No! Come on. There's like no solid ground. Okay, got the 2 left ones. No! Okay, so I think I can't. I need to like get on the guy and then trigger it and then do the jump. I think I only need to jump once, right? God, I just can't get on. Man. Maybe I should just try holding on to the spikes. That might be easier, honestly. Holding on to the spikes is definitely easier. No! Heck. What am I supposed to do? That's what I'm supposed to do. This is too precise. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. What the heck? Ow! Ow. How do I get to the upper right? No! Okay. Jesus. What a mess. Okay. 7 more. 7 more. Oh my god. Holy crap! Okay, did not realize that was the situation. I don't know if I can get to the right ones from here. And I need more altitude. I don't know if I need more altitude. Do you mute me, really? Like, okay. Is that actually what you want? No! Something is seriously wrong with it. No, it's not. It's just a test. Something is seriously wrong. Unless you want to go again. I liked you better when you weren't trying to be funny. Excuse me. Kitty? Dad? Excuse me. Okay, I want to see what the dialogue is. I want to be a superhero just like my dad. Should have picked a normal hobby like streaming, yeah! Or making videos. Could use some food. That's definitely not dead. Delicious. Who are you? What's going on? Wait, so I'm in chapter 3? I am in chapter 3. I'll play a little bit. Wait, I don't get it. How am I... What? Is this just not... Am I just bad at jumping or something? Wait, why can't I jump off? What am I missing? I feel like I'm just always a little too... I'm so confused. Ow. Oh, jeez, that's horrible. Okay. Okay, so most of the levels at the end were just story and Aw, kitty. Yeah. So you need to get all the cubes to get the hard mode, huh? 1062 deaths. Alright. The creepy unicorn is the best part? Wait, did I miss something? With like a unicorn? Wait, well, I'm confused. Was there a unicorn that I just didn't see or something? Alright, anyways. Okay, I think that's in the next level. Oh, so I should keep playing for a bit? Next stream, I need to get ready for my class tomorrow that I'm apparently teaching. Okay. Sometime in level 2 or level 3. Alright, well, that's all for today. Thanks everyone for coming out. What a day. Alright, see y'all.